What's up, brothers? I hope everybody's doing well out there. I wanted to make a video today about women cheating. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are currently going through a situation where a woman has cheated on you recently. And for the rest of you, you very well in the future may go through a situation. I know you never think it's going to happen to you, but a woman may cheat on you. Now, it's very easy, if you've been cheated on, to blame the woman, to just say, well, she's a hoe. She exercised poor decision making, or she failed to resist temptation. She failed to show self-control, I guess you could say. And that may be true. But if that's what you say, if that's your excuse when a woman cheats on you, who's to say that the next woman isn't going to do the exact same thing? Blaming a woman for cheating on you is like blaming an employee that you've already fired for making a bad decision in terms of business. It very well might be their fault, but you need to make yourself the focal point, and you need to figure out how you're going to prevent this problem from happening in the future. Now, you may not be thinking very rationally at the moment when you first get cheated on. You may be in a, upside down world. You may be an emotional wreck. But at some point, you're going to start thinking logically again. Now, somewhere inside your mind, you're at a fork in the road. And on one side, you say, my girlfriend was a hoe. And on the other side, you're saying, maybe my relationship skills just suck. Now, it's very easy to take the left fork in the road, to blame her and move on and forget all about it and find a new girlfriend. But it's very difficult to objectively look at yourself and say, maybe if my relationship skills were better, I could have saw this coming from a mile away, and I could have prevented this from happening. Now, if you were an overweight man and you got into a relationship with an overweight woman, and somewhere in that relationship you decided to get a gym membership, and you got jacked, you're ripped from head to toe, you've got a six-pack, big-ass arms, chiseled facial features, and everywhere the two of you go, women are whistling at you. They're checking you out. Women are making passes at you. They're staring at you. And your girlfriend is still overweight. What impact do you think this is going to have on your relationship? I'll tell you exactly what impact this is going to have. She is going to get resentful. She's going to be insecure. She's going to be jealous. She's going to get bitchy. Other women are going to be treating you very well because they're attracted to you. So you're going to have women that are more attractive than her treating you better than she is. And eventually you are going to decide, you know what, I've outgrown this relationship. It's time for me to move on. Now, if you're a fast mover that doesn't really have strong morals, you may cheat on her before you leave her. If you have strong morals, you may just leave her and then move on to a different woman. Either way, you're outgrowing her and you are leaving that relationship for another woman. Now, the same thing happens with women, but it's usually a little bit different. Let's say you were to enter a relationship and you are making $50,000 a year and she is making $40,000 a year. The two of you are a good match. You sync well together. You are what you could call equals in this world. Now, of course, you make a little bit more money than her, but that's to be expected because most women are a tad bit hypergamous. They do like to date a man that they feel like they look up to. They feel like he's more responsible than she is. They feel like he's a man that can lead the way in the relationship. He's the father, the king of the house, But then let's say this woman that you're dating gets a promotion. Now all of a sudden she is making 50,000, or excuse me, 100,000 a year. Let's go with 100,000. And you're still making 50,000 a year. Now she's running around with colleagues, brushing elbows with men who are making 100,000, maybe double that per year, maybe $1 million a year. And all of a sudden, what's your mind state going to be like? How are you going to react to this? You're going to feel terrible. You're going to feel insecure. You're going to get an attitude with her. And all of a sudden, she's going to be around other men that are more successful than you are, make a lot more money than you do, and they can flex their money with their exciting lifestyles. And you still have no money to flex. So you end up giving her attitude, you're upset, you feel like you've lost control of the relationship, and eventually she is going to decide that she's outgrown you. She's outgrown this relationship. And she is going to most likely cheat on you with somebody else, whether you know it or not. And eventually, if this man is a willing taker and he's willing to be with her and take her on in a serious relationship, she's going to jump ship, monkey branch over to him. She's going to swing over to him. Now, obviously, like I showed you in the picture, you can always pick the left side. You can say, I chose an unfaithful woman, in some way, shape, or form. I chose a slut. I chose a whore. This woman had low impulse control. You can go with that. But if you decide to go down the right path over here and say maybe it's your relationship skills, then you can accept the fact that you weren't leading the way. Because at some point in your relationship, she became out of your league to a point where you were no longer matching up to the men that she felt like she was a good match with. Whether it be financial, whether it be looks, whatever it may be, you should have saw it coming from a mile away. This always happens. Just about every single time I hear about a woman cheating on a man, what happens is she levels up and he does not. How can you not see that coming from a mile away? If you're a fat dude and your wife is fat too, and all of a sudden she starts going to the gym and she's fine as fuck, and you're still a fat dude, how did you not see that coming? How did you expect her to not cheat? Could you not see that coming? But for some reason, men are just blindsided when this happens. They date a woman who's making more money than them, and she cheats. How did they not see this happening? You are in control of your life. And when you're in a relationship with a woman, you're in control of that relationship. You have, as a man, it's so easy for a man to make more money than his girlfriend. Now, I understand feminism and all this stuff. Women are making just as much as men. But come on, you're bigger, you're stronger. There's got to be some way that you can manage this. You've got to find a way to always be a man that your woman looks up to. That sounds like a lot of responsibility, but you're not doing it for her. Okay? Don't make it seem like you're just simping. You're doing everything for her. You're doing it for you. You level up for you. But if you're leveling up, you make sure that she levels up too. Because when a woman's leveling up, she isn't going to be responsible for you. That's where guys go wrong. If she starts making more money, if she's becoming more attractive, if she's becoming a woman who's out of your league, she is not going to even mention or even attempt to get you to level up. She expects you to do that on your own. But if you level up, you're the man and you're responsible, you're accountable, you lead the way, and you can be in control of that relationship. You can steer that relationship wherever you want it to go. You can tell her, look, baby, you got to get into the gym. I don't want us to be, I don't want you to feel bad about yourself. You got to stay fit. You got to keep it going. I don't want you to be insecure because I'm working out. As a man, you got to take the initiative and the responsibility to make that happen. Because let's face it, if you give a woman an opportunity to be a slut, most of the time she will be one. But if you prevent that from happening, you can manage your relationships and you can keep a woman faithful. It is in your power to make that happen. Anyways, that's my best advice to somebody who has been cheated on. And I bet you if you think about this logically and reasonably, this video sums up the reason why you got cheated on. And that goes for women too if you're watching this video. Anyways, hope you found this video somewhat informative. And that's about all I have for today, guys. LFA out.
The greatest show on earth.